Hello, and welcome to VOD of Consciousness with Sientir. I'm Sientir. Welcome to the Guild Hall, and you can support me at patreon.com/Sientir. And last time we completed the last mission that we needed to complete for the book here. So what we're going to do is we're going to read through each one of these entries. So that way we can kind of recap, what happens for the Young Heroes of Tyria. If there's time at the end of the episode, I'll figure out something to do. But I think this is probably going to be most of the episode, so if you don't care about, all this lore stuff, you don't care about it. So anyway, in this book, you will find stories of young heroes from across the world of Tyria, those who play their parts at the beginnings of larger tales, fighting against treason, civil unrest, plagues, and dark gods. Some of these tales may sound familiar to you, for they lead into the larger stories of heroes such as you, who took up the banners of truth, light, and justice. Hear now the tales of these young heroes of Tyria, that you might learn from their shining examples and always remain vigilant against the evils of the world. The Great Northern Wall. Our first tale is of a young hero born in Ascalon. 2 years after the Searing, this once great kingdom, crippled by a savage war, tries to hold back the tide of Char pushing at its crumbling capital. Hearing word that Bonfaz Burnt Fur had amassed an army and was preparing to strike, Captain Calhan instructed our young hero to scout the movements of the Char army. The hero and a hand-picked squad picked their way through hills, rumored to be haunted by ghosts of fallen soldiers, finally coming to a hilltop that overlooked the amassed Char forces. Below them, Bonfaz Burnt Fur's warband prepared to strike at the Great Northern Wall, but the immense size of the force momentarily paralyzed our hero, and in that moment, the scouting party was spotted. The Char warband mobilized and chased the scouting party all the way back to the wall, where Captain Calhan waited for word of their findings. That one was so much harder in hard mode because of the fleeing scene, where the enemies in hard mode have a natural speed buff, which makes it hard to outrun them. But anyway, Fort Rannoch. We next find our young Ascalonian hero in a desperate battle to push the invading Char back from the wall. Fighting their way behind enemy lines, our hero's party eventually reached Siegemaster Lornar, who needed help repairing the trebuchets. If made operable, these trebuchets could devastate the Char lines from behind. Together, they salvaged parts and repaired the first trebuchet and fired on the enemy. One careful shot took out an entire squad. Our hero fought deeper into Char-controlled territory to fire another trebuchet, finishing off the mighty warband and its leader. Praise the Unforgiving. The young hero's victory for Ascalon stoked a fire within Prince Rurik, and he roused his men with a fervent speech for Ascalon and the king. What's really funny to me about this is how much of this is dedicated to stuff with the trebuchets and Siegemaster Lornar, when that's the last 25% of the mission. Ruins of Sirmia. After seeing great feats of cunning and strength, Prince Rurik decided to take the budding hero on a special mission. The prince wanted to penetrate Char lines and rescue Ascalonians held as prisoners of war. Rurik led the small strike team from prisoner camp to prisoner camp, but his enthusiasm for the mission brought them face to face with a much larger force than they could handle, deep in Char territory. Prince Rurik urged the party on toward the ruins of the Royal Academy, where they made their stand. They held back the Char long enough to open the academy doors and retreat to temporary safety. Inside, the prince reclaimed the mouthpiece of the legendary horn Stormcaller. Only then did he activate the runes and escape through a portal linking the ruins with the academy at Nolani. The mages who assisted our hero's escape stayed behind to continue the valiant fight against the Char. Nolani Academy. The prince and our young hero found Nolani in no better shape than the academy in Draskir. The Char had surrounded the academy and laid siege to its walls. Rurik's timely arrival was a godsend, as he still carried the mouthpiece for Stormcaller. With the young hero's help, Rurik pushed through the Char lines and made his way to Rin. Here, the prince set the mouthpiece in place and used the legendary weapon against Ascalon's mortal enemies, bringing victory to the day. King Adalbern arrived to congratulate his son on the victory and to call for a renewed push against the Char. But in the ruins of Rin, father and son argued bitterly about how to lead the country during this time of war. Rurik argued that they should retreat across the mountains to Kryta and regroup. The king, having lived through the Guild Wars, still viewed Kryta as a bitter enemy, and declared they would never abandon Ascalon to the Char. In defiance, Rurik rallied the people of Rin to flee with him into the Shiver Peaks. In response, Adalbern declared he had no son. This mission shows the fundamental divide where Rurik sees the Ascalon as its people, and the king as the land, and and Adelburn is an old proud fool who doomed his people, as we know, to the foe fire and all that business. So, but this, you can see how important Rurik is to this stuff. Borless Pass. Prince Rurik moved the refugees swiftly into the mountains, leaving the young hero to protect the rear. As they worked their way higher and higher into the snowy pass, the young hero found this frigid land held its own challenges. For one thing, the Deldrimmer dwarves were locked in a bitter civil war with their cousins of the Stone Summit, who violently opposed incursions of any kind into their territory. As they marched through the pass, the refugees had to light storm beacons to signal that authorized travelers sought passage. But these beacons held no sway with the Stone Summit, and our hero had to clear a path through to Croc's Hollow and then on to Grubel's Gulch. Or is that Gruby's Gulch? I think it's Grubel's Gulch. Where the refugees stopped to prepare to pass through the Frost Gate, a territory held by the merciless Stone Summit dwarves. Yeah. Where we meet the dwarves for the first time. I think? I don't remember. The Frost Gate. At least the Deldrimmer dwarves, I think. Again, Prince Rurik sought out the young hero for a mission of incredible importance. The Stone Summit dwarves occupied the area around the Great Frost Gate, which opened onto the borders of Kryta. For the Ascalonian refugees to get through, someone would have to disarm the Stone Summit ballistæ and secure safe passage through the gate. Our hero gladly undertook this dangerous mission, fighting on cliffs above to clear a path for Rurik and the refugees below. With the gate open, the refugees poured through into Kryta, but Prince Rurik stayed behind to allow our hero to make it through to safety. Facing a horde of Stone Summit, Rurik proved his prowess until Dagnar Stonepate, in desperation, brought down an avalanche. Pinned down, the prince fell to the evil dwarf's mighty blade, while our hero looked on, powerless to stop it. One of the things that I'll point out as an aside here, or that I had a thought in my mind, is there's a Crichton ambassador who managed to get through to Ascalon to speak about the Crichton willingness to offer the Ascalonians refuge from stuff with a char. And somehow that guy managed to get over the mountains or get through somehow, despite all these. So that's kind of an interesting aside. Gates of Kryta. Having vowed to fulfill Prince Rurik's dying wish to see the Ascalonian refugees safely into Kryta, our young hero marched the group to promised safety. However, the refugees found Kryta in dire straits as well. Undead had risen up all over the land, terrorizing the local population. The king of Kryta had fled, and a mysterious group called the White Mantle had taken over governing and protecting the kingdom. However imperfect this might have been, our hero had made a promise, and returning to the frigid passes of the Shiver Peaks was not an option. So the hero pushed on through the undead ranks, blocking the way, and into Lion's Arch, seeking both refuge and new battles to fight. Upon entering the gates, the young hero sought out the Lion's Guard to volunteer assistance. It is then that our young hero's true story began, but that is a tale for another day. That covers the stuff from Tyria. You can see that Prophecies has a lot of missions that occur before that show up in this book, but let's continue on. Minister chose estate. Far across the sea from Lion's Arch, the great cities of Cantha sprawl together into an urban jungle, while the glorious Jade Sea and the dark Echovold Forest stand frozen in time, mute testament to the Jade Wind that fractured this country. The hero of this tale comes from the time of Emperor Kisu, when a strange plague gripped the region and a long-dead enemy resurfaced. Our young Canthan hero attended the monastery on Xingje Island, where many heroes of that land trained. A favored pupil of Togo, half-brother of Emperor Kisu, and a hero in his own right, this new hero learned the ways of combat while investigating a disturbance on the island. Together with Togo and another pupil, Ijo Tan, our hero's journey began as a simple visit to one of Togo's friends, but ended with the discovery of the horrible plague that had infected the island, turning its population into wretched, murderous abominations. Zen Daijun. Determined to find the source of the evil plague spreading across the picturesque island, Master Togo sent his pupils out to warn the people and help evacuate those in peril. Togo and our young hero entered the Zendaijin Valley, seeking the source of the rampant infection. They summoned the aid of Zunra, the valley's guardian spirit, and made their way through the valley, looking for survivors, putting the afflicted to rest, and seeking the cause of the plague. Along the way, they found poor Yijo Tan, who had been in the area when the plague hit. Releasing the people from his affliction, Togo and the hero pressed on toward the Daijun Library, where they found the insignia of Shiro Tagachi, the traitor who caused the Jade Wind, emblazoned on the floor of the library. Our hero's sedate life at the monastery came to an end that day, as many headmasters and students traveled with Master Togo and his young people to the mainland. There, the young Kanthan hero teamed up with Menlo and Togo and went on to save the Dragon Empire from the evil Shiro Tagachi, but that is a tale for another day. Chawbeck Village. In the tropical lands of Ilona, young boys and girls, yeah, you can see that like Kantha has 2 missions and then it's over compared to the 7 from Prophecies. In the tropical lands of Ilona, young boys and girls dream of growing up to join the elite Order of the Sun Spears, defenders of the 3 Ilonian provinces of Korna, Vabi, and Istan. Renowned for their tactical prowess and unflinching honor, the Order of Sun Spears certainly inspired the young hero of this tale. This story started on the very day Spear Marshal Cormier welcomed the young hero to the ranks of the Sun Spears. Training exercises quickly turned into a skirmish with corsairs raiding the nearby village of Chawbeck. Never one passed up an opportunity to train her recruits in the art of battle and the ethics of defending the meek. Spear Marshal Cormier guided our hero and the rest of the recruits into Chawbeck, but let them take the lead in repelling the corsair raid. After sinking 2 pirate ships, the corsair invasion came to an end. But a storm had been brewing for a long time, and Cormier knew these young heroes must be ready for whatever was to come. The thing that's interesting about this is both Minister Cho's Estate and Chawbeck Village are tutorial missions. But I think Chawbeck Village is the much more engaging one. Minister Cho's Estate is just really slowly paced. Jacquarner Diggings. Shortly after our young hero joined the ranks of the Sun Spears, a delegation from the nearby province of Korna arrived. This delegation included the Kornan leader, War Marshal Varish Asa, and required delicate and sometimes tense Let me try that sentence again. This delegation included the Kornan leader, War Marshal Varish Asa, and required delicate and sometimes tense diplomacy. At the same time, strange things began happening in Istan. Kornans were spotted stooping around in places they should not be. Milani, a young lady from Korna, arrived bearing dire warnings. And then, miners working in an archaeological dig began to die mysteriously, leaving behind corpses covered with strange, glowing purple marks. Cormier led our young hero into the ruins of Farinur, the first city, to investigate the deaths, and found that long-dead citizens of the city had been awakened by some evil force. In the very heart of the city, Cormier found the cause, a beast called the Apocrypha, which foretold the coming of darkness. Blacktide Den. Following a lead from a young woman named Talcora, our hero investigated a rumor that War Marshal Varish and her mentor, General Kayet, were plotting with the Corsairs against Istan. Wearing Corsair disguises, the Sunspear recruits infiltrated deep into Latenda Bog and confronted the general about her traitorous connection to the Corsair raiders. Caught red-handed, Kayet attacked with astonishing ferocity to defend her plot. But in defeat, Kayet revealed an even darker secret than a Kornan alliance with the Corsairs. Before she died, Kayet, showing herself to be a zealous worshipper of the fallen god Abaddon, foretold the coming of nightfall. The death of a prominent Kornan official on Istani soil would cause a huge incident that would eventually lead to Istan evading Korna, but that is a tale for another day. So those are the different stories here. I guess it did not take as long as I thought it would. But you can see, this is just the prologue. A full over half of them are indeed from prophecies. So that's kind of a major thing. So the question at this point is kind of, what do I want to do with this book? I can turn it in at a couple of different spots for some serious rewards. I'm not quite sure what I specifically want to get with it, though. So, definitely inventory space is one of the things I get from it, that's for sure. Definitely something I get from it. Okay. Now I need to figure out what I want to do for the rest of the episode. Let's take a quick look. Young Heroes of Tyria. I don't believe I can turn this in the north. No, I can turn it in for faction. Or Sunspear rep points. Or Lightbringer points. How many Lightbringer points is this thing worth? Does it actually give me the rewards down here? Yeah, okay. Complete 90,000 allegiance points. 4,500 rep points. Gordon Ecker gives more like gold and experience, but yeah, that doesn't even get me to the next tier of Lightbringer. I might turn it in for more Kurzik points, because that would be nice to have. Let's go to Kaining. And let's go ahead and turn this book in for some points here. What I'll probably do is go capture some elite skills, actually. Does this character have Coward yet? Yeah, so Carmen Angelis, you have heard of the great Kurzik poets. Now you too wish your stories to be told in prose. Bring me written evidence of your deeds, and I will relay them to the Kurzik people with the flourish of a poet, so your reputation might increase. Yeah. So, you will give me 90,000 front of the Kurzik's points, and some other goodies. That was one comprehensive copy. Yes, take the book. So that gained me like 3 skill points, which is nice, and some good plat, and also bumped this up a good bit. So that's cool. Obviously I need a lot more if I'm gonna get anything major with it. So let's see. Actually, you know what? I might as well go get Signet of Judgment. Where's a good place to get that? I mean, it's available all over the friggin' place, but I'm not sure where the optimal place to get it is. So I'm going to spend a moment. Well, very possibly Talus Shoot. Probably not there. Actually, Kaijin Dawn is probably relatively easy. Yeah, that's gonna be a Prophecies boss that's gonna spawn all over the freaking place. Oh, this thing's really simple if I have Leviathan Pits. Do I have Leviathan Pits? I have Leviathan Pits. Cool. Let's go capture Signet of Judgment then, shall we? That's one. You know what? I think I might just leave Talcora with remove hex. And where are my Norgu? Give him some, I don't know, attention. No, Gyala Hatchery is not the direction I need to go. I need to go... Where do I need to go? I need to go south. Wait, is it Gyala Hatchery? No, south is up this way. I don't know directions. I need to go in the Silent Surf. That's where I need to go. Signet of Judgment's really nice because it's a knockdown, it does AoE damage, and it doesn't cost any energy. I don't think it's as good as Ray of Judgment in terms of like raw damage and stuff, but I think it's reasonable. So I kind of want to go get it. I don't... Scourgewind Elder Guardian, I think that might be who I'm looking for. Like, it was right outside the outpost. Yeah, it's this tree. So I'm not too worried here. Yeah, glad I threw that on us, though. Where do you think you're going? Are you healing breezing yourself? Are you? I think that's a good idea. Why did Uncrow die? There we go. Signet of Judgment. So, target foes knocked down. That foe and all adjacent foes take 55 holy damage. It's not, like, amazing, but it's reasonable. Okay. I also would like to have Howard, but well, I'm just going to pop back into this outpost long enough. Go Warrior. I don't think I have... I don't have, like, any... Okay. Howard is Mount King Kai. Oh, it's right outside Breaker's Hollow. Convenient. I will take something being right outside Breaker's Hollow. Is this my Zealous Mersat Spear? Yeah, let's go with that. That is sweet, sweet, sweet business. I don't know, I'll just throw into command, I guess. There's no reason for me to throw into command. I'm not doing anything with it. Sure, why not? Okay. Wait. Yeah, breakers. Do I not have... Oh, there's Breaker's Hollow. Found it. This is what, out in the archipelago, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Just run around capping elite skills. What do you want? Like, that seems reasonable. Wait, nope. I went the complete wrong direction. Whoops. I need to go out this portal. This one right here. That you can't. Oh, not right there. Where is this portal? Oh, there's the Mount Kinkai portal. It's probably not Kinkai. It's probably like Chinkai or something. I don't know. How is anything transliterated? But right there, I need Kyali the Brave. What I'm noticing is that all of these dudes are like right here, so. Chillblains. I don't want any of that Chillblains action. I don't need you doing anything. I don't need you doing anything either. Cool. This is a cool one. If target foe is moving, that foe is knocked down. That seems like it could be useful. Let's see. I want more non-attribute warrior. Oh, well, that's... Okay, yeah, that's nice. Warrior elite skills, please. Oh yeah, You're All Alone is pretty good too. Let's see. That's found... Okay. Ashka Inlet. Is that a mission? Okay. The main spot to get it is here. That's a little bit more of a trek. But we probably have time to go get it. So let's go get it. I guess we're going through Commandant Jewel of Easton, which is not like my favorite thing to do, but whatever. You come over here and head south is basically what we're doing. Do I want to be using coward right now? Not aggressively. So let's just replace that with Signet of Capture. And let's grab everyone's favorite cruel spear, I guess. Cool. On Gorin and Miku. My chargers. I like having some charge around, though. Let's just throw on Gwen. Gwen's solid at what she does. Still not much in my inventory, which is cool. I'm fine with that. I think Winter Stay is still a little bit of ways away. It's so we'll see where things are with the next recording session, but I'm probably going to do some bonus mission pack stuff, and I may work some on my just normal mode Nightfalls book. I've got a lot of this early stuff that I don't have filled in. And I'd kind of like to get my inventory cleared up a bit of stuff if I can. Let's get this hammer moved. Okay. Inventory management is probably not the most exciting thing to watch. But anyway. Oh wait, no. We're totally here in the land of talking to priests for blessings. Okay, sure, we can fight some Hylek. I don't care. Cool, cleared those out. This is probably not the most effective team, but a more effective team probably has more mesmers, what I'm saying. I don't know. We're going this way through more. Heck it. Let's bring up my map. Okay, well, it doesn't quite show this exact path, but we'll roll with it. Can I slip up here without aggroing those guys? Maybe. Looks like we can just head south past these stone shard crags. These guys are annoying. They're earth elementalists. And they're fond of using the Ebonhawk. Well, it's the sandstorm that I particularly know them for. Let's move so I'm not getting damaged by that. Not as bad when they are level 24. Not as bad when they're not in hard mode. Nice grass things growing on them. Kind of cool looking, actually. There's a Paragon Elite that I had to get here before. Why did that lockpick break? Oh, well. Bad luck, I suppose. Okay, we do want to come on kind of the inside of this rock, it looks like. I'm just following the map to the spot that I'm going. You have negative stuff done to you. Cool. Almost done clearing these guys out. And well, I'm probably going to end up fighting these crags, so. I don't even know. Wow, these guys are defensive. I think we just need to make our way through the what's the phrase I'm looking for? Just a bit beyond that, over towards those outposts, the things over there. I don't know where this corner chest is, but I ain't bothering with it. The previous one was not impressive. Aha. Fighting Corsairs, I think that was this. Corsair bounty, yep. Well, let's clear these guys out, shall we? There certainly are a lot of Corsairs along here. This is not the most interesting build. As an aside. Vow of Strength. Interesting. I see you over there, murmuring Thornbush. Of course, our mind readers over there. Ah, you're the one that I'm really caring about. Balthazar's Pendulum is not a very good skill. It's like, it's another one of those like really powerful but narrow counter type skills. What Balthazar's Pendulum does is it, if the enchanted ally would be knocked down, an enemy in the area sort of thing is knocked down instead. Which is like fine, not... It's like a 10 energy regular skill, not a 5 energy elite. It's kind of the way that I'd phrase it. It's one of those skills that's just like... It's not quite good enough to really use. So it looks like the boss I'm looking for is just in this area. Down in there somewhere. It might be Commander Wally over there. Well, let's clear these guys out. Miku's being snared. Apparently is prioritizing the Corsair Lieutenant over there? Sure. Why not? Although, in all fairness, these guys are level 15, and therefore somewhat unthreatening, apparently? I don't know what's up with the level 15 ones. That was an ill-timed thing, but whatever. It's my inventory. Okay, I'll use this one. Hey, I retained my lockpick and got a gold. Huzzah. Lockpicks were not a mechanic originally in this game. They're introduced before Eye of the North, but I think with hard mode. All Eye of the North chests are just generic lock chests rather than region chests. And generic lock chests need to be opened by locked lockpicks. They don't have a separate type of key. It's fine. Okay, one last group of Corsair, and then we'll be done for the day. Hopefully you enjoyed the book stuff. I think it's interesting, at least. Is there one of these that's a doctor? Yes, there is, right there. Corsair Doctor. Here's a Smite Monk, apparently. Hey, drop me a gold doubloon. Grab my loot. And you're all alone. 5 energy, 10-second recharge. If they aren't near an ally, they suffer from crippling weakness for 8 seconds, which certainly has its applications. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. Let's do it in the guild hall, though, because I think that's a more interesting location. So, until next time, everyone, take care. And goodbye. Let's do that again without. Goodbye.